Hi, this is Greg with Design for Serenity. I know you're used to seeing Laura, but here I am. Uh, Sometimes you just gotta use your noggin. Uh, this area that we're working in, there's no access down here for heavy equipment where we can move these boulders or bring in soil. The only access point is up on top of this wall, right to this point. We can't get over, so we had to bring in all the dirt, dump it here, and as you can see, these boulders, we just have to use some ingenuity, dumped them over the wall, and now we're in the process of rolling some over onto this side. As you can see, there's another wall here. So what we're doing with what we have, stack up the pallets even with the wall, and now we're going to have to shimmy all these rocks over to this other side.
Hold it right here. And that's what you call rock and roll.
So as we wrap up day 2 in Pasadena, the guys probably walked 10 to 15 miles today, back and forth from the truck to the raised bed, to the truck to the raised bed, moving boulders, moving yard after yard after yard of soil. Hannah and I spent most of the day on maintenance, reworking and fluffing up and cleaning out the beds that we planted here a couple of years ago. Look at all the stuff that we pulled out of these beds. They look so much tighter, so much cleaner. Just, it's amazing what a couple hours work did to completely refresh these areas. I also had the opportunity to check for bugs and diseases. Didn't find anything on any of these crassulas, echeverias, but they're not really particularly susceptible to bugs or diseases like the agaves and the aloes are. Down here, I tightened up all of the ribbon work. I went over every plant with a fine-tooth comb, again checking for issues, and I found a wee bit of aloe mite in this aloe. Just, I don't even know if you can see it, right there. Yeah. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's very, very minor, very mild, very young. So I doused this plant with Bayer Tree and Shrub Systemic. And while I was at it, I doused the big agave ovatifolia. And I doused our big aloe ferox. Just didn't want to take any chances. So this has all been cleaned and treated. If you go after your plants just in the very, very early spring and the late fall with a systemic, particularly your aloes and agaves, that should hopefully do the trick to keep you aloe mite and snout weevil free. One of my favorite little vignettes that we did is this area by the front door with the Aloe cameronii and the Euphorbia anti-syphiliticus. I went ahead and dug out the Alocameronii and put them back in as cuttings because I want them to turn red. I also do not want them to get too big. I like them just as specimens. Got a trouble spot, got a little flower bed that might be awkwardly shaped or get weird light or exposure. I did Petalanthus bracteus, crassula, Shrek ears or ovata, and in the middle here is that sedum praetum. This went in about 1.5 years ago. I spent a few minutes pulling out detritus and debris, limbing up the Petalanthus a little bit and picking off all the leaves. Remember, when the weather gets cold, this one will drop its leaves, no problem. As soon as things warm up, it'll leaf right back out. So you saw it here first. We've got all of our soil dumped, 1 wheelbarrow at a time, and all of the boulders dumped. So tomorrow, and one of our specimens brought back, our big Hercules. But tomorrow I am going to start manipulating the soil and staging all the boulders and getting the foundation plants in. It's going to be a very exciting day, and I look forward to seeing you. This has been Laura Eubanks reporting for Team DFS in Pasadena with day 2 and your succulent tip of the day.